Hi, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. This is Andre Russell, guest starring on Bedtime Stories with Burst in the Books, one of my favorite programs to do. And it has been a lovely Monday. So I hope you guys had a lovely Monday as well. And a lovely weekend. It's beautiful outside. Hope you guys managed to get outside safely, social distancing and everything like that, and enjoyed some of the weather and the activities and everything. So let's get right to it. This is a pretty nice sized book and a pretty good message with it. It is called The Hoopster, The Hoop Star. Okay. And it's written by a young lady named Siobhan D. White and illustrated by Miss Bev Johnson. And I'm going to read the back of this real quick because I think it says a lot into what's going on with the story. The Hoop Star was inspired by the true story of a 12-year-old girl who's always had a love for basketball. It was where she shined the most. Verlaine knew how to master plays and how to outthink her opponent on the court, but she struggled with another opponent off the court, dyslexia. This entertaining story gives readers an enjoyable reading experience while also teaching them the importance of overcoming obstacles, building confidence, self-love, courage, and the value of hard work. Yep, I'm definitely going to enjoy this because of the message. Very positive, especially during this time of year, and just and with young people. Period. There's a lot of different things that they go through, and sometimes we might not be able to acknowledge or give them support on. So this is a pretty good opportunity to be able to do so. So I'm quite happy about that. All right. Uh, Dedication. This book is dedicated to my daughter Brianna, who was the inspiration for this story. I love it that I think most more people should write books and dedicate it to their kids, because I know so many fantastic families with lovely children, and they have stories to tell, inspirational and otherwise, and I think they'll make good characters. We should celebrate each other like that. I would like to thank God for blessing me with the ability to write. Thank you for giving me the talent to accomplish my dreams and lifelong goals. Thank you to my family for believing in me, to my husband Chris for supporting me, my daughters Deja, Brianna, Chrislyn, and Kristen, and my son Christopher for changing my life. I love you all. Thank you to my late parents Wilford and Myrtle de Sormes, who helped foster my love for reading at a very young age, and who always told me I could do anything I set my mind to. Thank you to my writing coach, Lorna A. Lewis, for being my proofreader, copy editor, and most of all, encouraging me throughout this process. Thank you to my illustrator, Beverly Bev Johnson, for bringing this story to life with her fantastic artwork. Thank you to all the teachers who have dedicated their time towards helping my daughter, especially Miss Bradley, Dr. Willis, and Mrs. England. I pray this book inspires people with learning disabilities to know that there is hope. My writing journey is just beginning, so stay tuned for future books. All right. And we begin. It's the last quarter of the last game. I can feel the excitement all around me. My team, the Mustangs, are facing off against the Bulldogs. This is the biggest rivalry game of the year. Our school and community are all depending on us to win. It's been 10 years since we beat the Bulldogs. A win tonight would mean so much for us. So that's the team. So it's a girls' basketball team. I know a lot of girl basketball players, young and old. So this is definitely dedicated to them. Great athletes. I look up and see my mom, stepdad, and siblings all holding their "We love Brylan and Langley" signs. I give them a thumbs up, something we always do during every game. It's my way of telling them I got this, and their way of saying they believe in me. I'm only 12 years old, but it's no secret that I have the skills and ability of any WNBA player. I'm not being cocky, just honest. So You see the players and you see the fans in the stand, the family members and everything, and the signs and stuff. You know, we seen all this before. Love the support. Love the support. No haters allowed. All support. I focus my attention back on the court. I narrow my eyes and stare at my opponent. I call it my eye of the tiger glare. I prepare to play my position and make them remember the Mustangs. We're only a few minutes into the fourth quarter when Coach Chris calls for a timeout. The referee blows the whistle and Coach Chris waves us to the huddle. This is the eye of the tiger she was talking about. I know a lot of kids that get that too. That's intensity. Now we call that the Mamba stare. Kobe. While the coaches are going over plays and deciding who will take the last shot, I look to the stands once again, but this time not at my family, but at the people who I'm sure are college recruiters. I recognize the ones from Carolina Coast College and Southwest University. The other ones I'm not so sure about, but I do know they're here for one reason, and one reason only, to see me. I have to bring my A game. So that's what she's looking at on the court and the stands. And I'm assuming right about here are probably the recruiters with the clipboards and stuff, taking notes. College recruiters for basketballs and for sports period, they go to games and check out young potential prospects to join their colleges and their teams. The buzzer sounds and the Bulldogs are winning 39-38. Brylan, coach calls to me before I run back to the court. It's up to you. You have to make the winning shot, he shouts to me. So that's the middle of the action. That's an action shot. I'll make that real quick. See the action? All right, cool. And yeah, Brie Lane is number 3. So in case you didn't know, that's her right there, number 3. All right. I'm nervous, but I know what I must do. I give coach a nod, then head to my spot. I look to my right, then to my left. The time clock starts ticking. I can feel my heart pounding through my jersey. 30 seconds, that's all the time I have to win this game. The ball was passed to me, and I threw it to the point guard for one last wild shot. That's intense. Corey shoots the ball and misses. I was in place, ready to do what I've been trained to do to win this game. I snatch the rebound and shoot at mid-range. Swish! Nothing but net. The crowd goes wild. Boom. See that? Boom. Yay, Brie Lane. Hope I'm saying the name right. Brie Lane. I'm going to say Brie Lane. Within seconds, the entire court is covered with cheering fans, jumping up and down and congratulating us on such a great game. It's not long before I spot my mom and stepdad, who are both smiling brightly. I know they're proud of me. The final score, 40-39, Mustangs for the win. All right, look at all of that. Congratulations. Everybody hugging each other, all happy. Coach Chris picks me up and twirls me around like a spinning top. The rest of the team is jumping up and down, yelling, "We did it! We finally beat them!" That's a great picture of a win. I feel such pride knowing I accomplished my goal to lead our team to a victory over the Bulldogs. I'm still smiling as I gather my things. As I'm on my way to meet my parents outside, I see a tall figure approaching me. All right. That's that look right there. Let's see who this guy is. Oh, my hands start to shake and my stomach is suddenly in knots. I can't see the person clearly, but in my gut, I know it has to be a recruiter. It doesn't take long for me to figure out the gurgling sound I hear is coming from my stomach. Wow. You ever had that situation before where you feel anxious or nervous and that stomach growling or stomach grumbling. Yeah, that's what it looks like. Yeah. The tall figure, who was now standing right in front of me, extends his hand toward me. Hi, I'm Coach Query from Carolina Coast College. Say that 4 times fast. I dreamed of this day, and it's finally happening. I enjoyed watching you play today. I could tell you play with a lot of heart and passion for the game. Thank you, Coach Cleary. And that's. So the tall guy was a recruiter. Like he played basketball back in the day. I know you have to get going, but I just have a few quick questions. Questions for me? I hope I don't mess up. This is what she's thinking in her head. Okay, I say with confidence. First, how are your grades? Being a good basketball player is good, but having good grades is just as important. I nod my head. I have good grades. Next question. Even though I'm sure I know the answer to this from seeing you play, but do you feel that you have a positive attitude on and off the court? That's just them having a conversation. Yes, I answered with even more confidence than before. And my last question, how would you like your own jersey from Carolina Coast College? Because I am going to recruit you. I would love that. I felt nothing but joy rushing through my body. Great. You keep up the good work, and I'll be in touch with you and your parents soon. He extended his hand again before he walked away. So that's them having a conversation. And while they're having a conversation, Breland is over there imagining herself, playing at college. I mean, yeah, playing at college. Awesome. I stood smiling when Sarah, my teammate and friend, snuck beside me. What's that smile about? She asked. I think I just got recruited. I'm not surprised. Who wouldn't want you? You could probably go to college right now and do awesome. Sarah. My excitement soon faded when I really thought about what was going to happen one day. What's wrong? Sarah asked. I just realized the challenge I'm about to face. What kind of challenge? You're a great basketball player. Not basketball. I'm talking about school. In the 5th grade, I was diagnosed with dyslexia. So she seems pretty kind of down about that part. So let's talk about what dyslexia is. I'm sure that's coming up soon. It is. All right. Dis who? I laugh because the name is kind of weird. Dyslexia. It's a learning disability. It makes school quite hard. No matter how hard I try, it's still very frustrating to me. Why is that? Because dyslexia affects my ability to read, write, spell, and sometimes understand numbers in math. Sometimes I get confused with directions such as left and right and east and west. So that's her explaining what dyslexia is to her friend Sarah. So once again, it's a learning disability that makes school quite hard. No matter how hard she tries, it's still very frustrating because dyslexia affects your ability to read, write, spell, and sometimes understand numbers in such a way because they confuse everything. It's a real learning disability. Sarah looks confused, but you don't look like anything's wrong with you, she said as she studied my face closely. You can't look at me and tell that I'm dyslexic, but you make good grades. Are you sure you have that? I'm very sure. I have good grades because I go to a special lab class with other students who have problems just like me. At home, my parents help me a lot too. That's why my grades are good. I have a lot of people helping me. So that's her parents going over her work and helping her with her assignments because she's dyslexic. She needs someone to kind of help back her up and show her support. So that's why she gets good grades because she's getting extra help. Fast forward 1 year later. Pay attention to this picture because it shows her, going through the struggles of what it kind of looks like to have not necessarily dyslexia, but this is what she's going through in her head. Seeing letters. You see the letters, numbers kind of backwards, rearranged, stuff like that. Yeah. That's pretty much how people see numbers and letters if they're dyslexic. It's something that they really can't really fix. It's a, you know, learning disorder with the brain. The rest of my eighth grade year became a crusade of discovery and adventure. At the end of the year, I finished with all A's. Coach Chris named me MVP. I also made the principal's list and received a plaque for outstanding achievement and named Female Student of the Year. I poured my all into finding a way to succeed, and it worked. My parents always says hard work pays off, and they were right. So she was making academic scores, and she was making her MVP, playing basketball. She stayed focused and she didn't give up. Remember that always. Stay focused, never give up. You will receive rewards. It might not always be the ones you think about, but they do come. Most important, you like work hard for it. Okay. Once I realized I had to work a little harder than everyone else, I did. And guess what? I no longer felt dumb. I felt on top of the world. Brylan, Brelane Langley would be known as the smartest, fearless, most athletic person at North Shore Middle School. I can still hear my mom's words after the eighth grade ceremony. God has given you a gift, Brelane. Use it. I made my family proud. I envisioned my daddy and grandparents in heaven smiling at me. I saw the light of heaven coming from the other side of the sky. So, yep, she's looking at her family members. You know, sometimes they're good inspirations, whether or not they're here or not. They're still inspiring you to do better because their memory helps motivate you, keeps you strong and positive, and gives you comfort sometimes. Thinking about people that's not here, it could be sad sometimes, but also it can be helpful to make you feel better if you think about the good times and how much they encourage you to do better or to do your best. Now that the school year was over, I'm preparing to embark on my next big adventure, high school. I, Brelane Langley, has shined bright like a star. I smile as I look up towards the sky, thinking of how cool it would be to share my story with other dyslexic students. I'll tell them they can overcome the challenges that they face. It's a good picture. All right. I think. Oh, cool. At one time, I wasn't so sure about my future, but now I know I'll graduate from high school and go to college. Coach Chris told me that there are colleges that have special programs for students like me. They have small classes, and every student gets the attention they need. In fact, it's a very important part of their program. I have no doubt I'll do great. And that's her graduating from high school. I have dyslexia, and that's A-OK. Maybe one day I'll be famous like Kobe Bryant, AJ Wilson, Carl Lewis, Magic Johnson, Michelle Carter, and Muhammad Ali, who were outstanding college and professional athletes. And they all have dyslexia too. I did not know that. I did not know that. That is so cool right now. I'd mentioned Kobe in the beginning, and then here she is talking about Kobe, and he has dyslexia. Cool. Brelane Langley will be ready for those recruiters next school year, and her name will be on the list of great athletes with dyslexia too. That is awesome. So yeah, if y'all want to look it up, athletes with Google it, athletes with dyslexia, and you'll see these people will pop up. I did not know that. I did not know that. Of all the things, especially with Kobe Bryant, all the things that he's done and advocates for, and he has dyslexia as a learning disability, and he's been doing so much. Oh my God, that's awesome. Magic Johnson did not know that either. Muhammad Ali did not know that. I did not know any of this. So this is really cool how reading these books, which I love to do, can sometimes like open the door for something else. So now I'm gonna go after this and look this stuff up and find out more because the last time I heard about dyslexia, oh, this ain't in the book too, by the way. I'm sorry. I got all into the story. This is it. So this is a really good book. This is a book definitely to share about perseverance, never giving up, and just for someone who does have a learning disability, that they're not like outcasts, that they're not like losers or dumb or anything that people might say to them or they might think about themselves because they may not have nobody in their corner giving them motivation like this family. So, and this young lady. So I thought this was a pretty, really good read and you should definitely check it out. It's called The Hoopstar by Siobhan D. White and Bev Johnson. And like I said, this is a pretty cool book. So on that note, yeah, work hard and never let and this is just one disability. There are a lot of different levels of disability that you have for learning disabilities and even in kind of any disability, should not stop you from doing your best and learning and everything like that. A lot of people say, well, I have this. That's not a reason for you not to try. It's not a reason for you not to try hard, not a reason for you not to do your best. Um, it just so happens that this young lady had her parents behind her, family behind her, and the school to support. And a lot of people don't have blessings like that, but it doesn't mean that you still give up. You know, you still have a way to do it, yourself or find somebody to help you. If it's just one person, that could have your back and support you and do that, you do that. Parents, if you're out there, if you know your child has a learning disability, you be the best advocate you can for your child. If they need support, you make sure you go to that school and let them know that they need support and make sure that they do their job to offer that support. Even if you have to go outside of the school and find other ways to support your child, you do that. Don't just let the school do everything because the school's only part of the learning process. You also have to learn at home and in the world around you. So that's it. I enjoyed this. And I hope to catch you guys soon. Support. Special thanks to Jarima. First of all, one of my good sisters in the struggle out here. She does a lot on a daily basis out here for community involvement and growing. So please check out her other events that she has. Go to Burst in the Books on Facebook, Instagram, and check out more of the projects they got going on. And I do believe she has a summer learning program going on that she just got funding for. So congratulations to Dreamer for that. I know she's working hard on that, getting that together to basically help these young kids, stay focused and give them that support they need, after the school year and going into the fall, because we have such a very hard transition this year with everything going on with the COVID. So it's good to have someone out there who's an advocate for education and making sure that some kids get some kind of support. So definitely check her out. Burst in the Books on Facebook and Instagram. Jarima, thank you so much for allowing me the opportunity to do this again. Thank you, whoever's out there listening and participating in the process. Thank you so much. And you all have a fantastic evening. Talk to y'all later. Peace.